Christ. How you doing, Space?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm tired, dude. I'm about to go crack open another energy drink and bust out school after this.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that was
Podcast.
that.
Podcast was number two.
I almost ended the stream early too. No one was in until like the last half, and I was like, oh, fuck. And then everyone starts joining in while I'm getting ready to end it too. I'm like, motherfuckers! I want to go do the podcast with Space. Podcast more
I want
important.
to podcast is more important. We get to talk about shit.
Yeah, I'll put this for next Friday. I was gonna make something for today, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, it can miss a day.
Yeah.
But what are you doing?
Trick or treating basically yesterday.
How's that?
I didn't get candy. I didn't get a lot of candy.
You you didn't get a lot of candy?
I didn't.
I'll give you some candy, Space. I'll give you a nice lollipop.
Oh god, sounds like a pedophile.
Oh my god. Fucking. Do you
We're
want?
gonna cook.
What was it?
What? What we're gonna talk about?
Uh, this is the Hauk towah episode. So
Oh
sequels.
yeah, shit. The Hauk towah girl posted it.
So then, Space, do you want to do the intro for this podcast episode?
Yes. I've been waiting. 2 weeks for this.
Well, now's your moment.
Let's go. Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Hello, I'm Space.
Hi.
My friend Dark. Welcome to Table Talk podcast. Here today we're gonna be. This is the Talk Tour episode.
The Hauk towah episode.
The Hauk Tour 2. Hauk Tour 2 episode, boys. And today it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. I promise you. I promise y'all. Today we are not joined by our dear friend. What's his name?
Jack, Barry, Jake, or Cam, or the Brit.
The Irish.
Okay. Top of the marquee, laddies.
Okay. We're not joined by Paul McCartney himself today. It's a 2-man episode, just like how there's 2 episodes. We don't talk about the other one, but there's 2 episodes.
Wait, there's another one?
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. You
All
brought
right.
something up.
I don't know, man. You're local.
I mean, yeah.
All right,
Sorry.
talk to it.
Also, sorry for no podcast episode last week, guys. We were having some technical difficulties with it, so
I went trick or treating. That's why.
I was depressed.
Aren't we all?
Oh man. But yeah, sequels. So, Space, I'm not sure if you're well versed in sequel or like fuck. What sequel do you want to talk about first?
Sequels. Oh god, there's so many sequels out there. Some good, some bad, some exist.
Some are Halo 4 and 5.
Some are Saints Row 5.
Is that like the newest one?
Saints Row the remake? Okay, we don't talk about that. I'm talking about Gats Out of Hell. That's the 5th one.
I've
Well,
only
technically 4.5.
I've only played like a small handful of them, and I only own one of them.
Which one is that one?
It's the one where you're the president.
Saints Row 4.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where it is on my gaming wall, but
That's a pretty fun one.
my mom we bought it, and the dude immediately goes, "Yeah, that one has a dick bat in it." I'm pretty sure, and I'm thinking I got out buying it scot-free, and she turns to me and goes, "Did you know about this?" And I was like, "No, mother, please don't take away my new video game."
My mother did not give a fuck about which video game she got me. She just went to the store. They tell her, "Ma'am, there's violence and gore on this video game." She's like, "I don't care. Long as if he's happy. Long as he leave me alone."
So this is Saints Row Re-Elected and Cats Out of Hell. is the one I
Oh yeah,
own
that's the
for the
yeah, that's
Xbox
the
One.
ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's Cats Out of Hell. That's the 4.5.
I also got Prototype 1 and 2, and speaking of the Prototype games, they suck.
Ooh, controversial take. Controversial
That's
take.
what was happening in the stream earlier. People were like, dude, that's such a hot take. I was like, not really. The games are. It's like the Venom movies, dude. They're so lackluster, so empty, and it feels like, when you say it feels like an early 2000s game, this feels like an early 2000s game that we think an early 2000s game was. Like it's a real early 2000s game. It's not like an actual early 2000s game.
Nope. Don't make fun of Venom like that. Alright, made Venom $1 million.
The fucking Last Dance. Apparently,
The last.
it's made enough money to warrant its existence.
That's good. I mean, to be honest, it's a decent movie. It's very plot fulfilled, but it's a good movie in my opinion. It's
Better,
decent for what it is.
better than Joker 2.
Better than Joker. Ah, yes, it is. The thing is, a
There's.
lot of people are complaining. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Uh,
You go.
a lot of things that people are complaining is about Noel. Him basically being in the movie for like 2 minutes, which it's because they're building up to him.
They want him in Spider Man 4, and they're saying Spider Man 4 now is supposed to take place right before.
Doomsday.
Yeah, so it'll still be grounded, but they're not saying how much, and I'm like, that that's concerning. But
That is really concerning.
like they've deconfirmed almost everything we've heard about it, and we have so many conflicting reports right now.
Didn't say only say it was pretty mid. The script.
Yeah, but like what was it? The director of Joker 2. Did you hear what he did during the opening week of the movie?
What do you do?
He went out on a farm with no electricity, no Wi-Fi, and just stayed off of the internet the whole time. He knew how bad this film was.
That's fucking crazy.
Like he disconnected the entire time, and I guess only recently came back.
That's actually that's it. I mean, honestly, good for him. He needed that. He needed that.
I'm pretty sure he knew how bad it was, because like the first one had Christopher Nolan reeling him back a lot, allegedly, from what I have heard about the movie.
Christopher Nolan was just like, "You did good. You did good. You did terrible. You did terrible."
Like, have you ever watched the breakdowns for Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
I have not yet.
So they did a director commentary with the three writers, and I feel like it was a lot like that, except the dude that voiced Cell, he like makes everything over the top, goes as far as he can, and then everyone else rolls him back. That's what Nolan was supposed to do in the sequel, and he just wasn't there to reel him back, so he just went full like ADHD wacko jacko, like true Joker, and it was just such a bad movie. Not even a bad Joker movie. It was just a bad movie. And Morbius has made more money than it. So there's a
That's actually good.
petition for Morbius to go back in theaters so it loses more money.
The thing is, they had a good. They could have had a good storyline, but they kind of failed it just by random musical acts that led to nothing. Basically, like musical acts that not lead to the movies.
Yeah, I don't know why they went with a musical. It could have been better in so many ways.
I wouldn't mind a musical, but I wouldn't mind if the songs actually fit the story instead of just like random songs that are just covers.
Yeah. And weren't they not even like Lady Gaga songs? They were just different songs altogether.
Yeah, they were just covers, literally covers of random songs.
Why not just do a Gaga song? You had Gaga there with a Gagak.
Bad romance, bad romance on Joker.
There's also a theory that the guy at the end of the movie is the Joker from Christopher Nolan's movie. I'm blanking on his name, but
That is
The Dark Knight Joker.
that's like Joker.
Yeah,
That is Heath Ledger. Heath
yeah.
Ledger.
People are theorizing that that's Heath Ledger's Joker at the end.
Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. But yeah, so there's Joker 2 and then Transformers 1. The studio's been dead quiet on that. Normally they'd announce a sequel by now, or like confirm it's in the works. So people are getting more and more scared that a sequel's not happening. So there's that.
It'll happen. I'll give him a call. I'll give him a call.
It barely made enough money to warrant a sequel.
Man, that fucking sucks.
Well, like they stopped promoting the movie I think a month before and did so many pre-showings like months in advance. So people would
I,
go and see it for free and then not go see it again. I mean, like I said, and it should have been like the first episode. They did a showing right before the movie came out here in my area, like the week before, and it's a free showing.
that was their issue. That was their issue. Like they do free showings before the movie came out, and I think if they did a month prior, I feel like it would have been done perfectly because then people probably would have forgot about it. Like, okay, I'm gonna go check it out again.
I
But doing a
don't.
week prior is just like people are gonna fucking
They did it too
not see it
much.
again.
They did like
Yeah,
one per city pretty much, and
yeah,
instead of one big Transformers event, because that's what it started as. It was a big event. Creators got invited out, and then they just started letting everyone go see it. And it's like, okay, you just cut your uh profit by like half.
yeah. Despite the movie being really good,
Oh yeah.
not a lot of people think it's a kids movie. People are like, it's a kids movie. Why would I see it?
Remember the kids movies we grew up with, people?
People like to say.
Remember
Yeah,
Star Wars: The Clone Wars? That was a quote unquote kids show on Cartoon Network.
people were calling it a kids show. That's the thing about like animation. It's like it's either really good or it's just really mid. It's like every adult animation show is pretty mid now.
That's how I feel about the show I'm working on right now.
What show?
Uh, Showdown, Video Game Showdown Throwdown, and a secret
Video game
project
show?
that I have yet to. I've only told one person about. Maybe I'll tell you after we wrap this episode up.
Okay, okay.
But here's something sequel wise to Space
All right. Sequel
that
art seems good.
I think you're either gonna love or hate me on.
All right, give me out.
I think we needed a Power Ranger like that movie, gritty Power Rangers 2 movie to release, or if it came out, I think it would have been better than the original Power Rangers movie.
I agree. I agree. I've been supporting this claim forever since I saw the movie first time. Power Rangers 2017, the movie, was ahead of its time, but the reason why it lackluster because of a bunch of grown fucking adults that think they were critics, saying that the movie was mid, saying that it made no sense. But the thing is, this is literally origin stories of Power Rangers, and it gave us a good explanation of the fucking like the Megazords. The Megazords. Where do they come from? We don't know. In the shows, all we know is that it's from the power grid. All we know that it came from the power grid and that it's connected to the Rangers
I
and
won't.
their power coins.
Here's the thing: for once, old people genuinely ruin media, and they do the same thing with fucking Transformers. They want it to stick to what they grew up with. And
Yes.
then, like, I would not be opposed to getting, like, say, Transformers Armada as a revival somehow, like, as a comic. I don't want the same shit. I want to see new things. And that's why I really liked this version of Power Rangers. It had a different tone. That's why I like Transformers 1. It's different from the other live action ones. But it's not G1. It's not what I grew up with. Bitch, you're fucking 40 or 50 or 60 and you're complaining about brightly colored people in spandex. This is bullshit. Like, yeah, I'll complain about Spider Man, but you know what? Spider Man isn't directly marketed towards kids, goddammit.
Yeah. Spider Man was at first, but then he got his more mature comics later down the line.
Well, even in like the original run of Spidey, it was still kind of dark.
It was pretty dark. Yeah.
His
Gwen Stacy literally died. Gwen Stacy literally getting killed by
Green
was
Goblin,
it Green Goblin? That was Hobgoblin, but no, that's a different one.
and well, technically Spider Man killed her.
Yeah, technically he did because he didn't save her
He
and thing.
snapped her neck.
Yeah,
And here's like the thing. I love Transformers. I like what I grew up with. Of course I do. I'm so happy Armada and RID are getting figures, but there's so many demographics. This is probably why you don't get so many Power Rangers toys of different characters or different eras, because they all want what originally released, and they're ignoring the rest of the fandom, especially like the toy companies or movies, when there's such a gold mine, so it's cutting down the amount that new people can enjoy and like profits. The
exactly.
Armada Transformers figures sold out more often, and like I could never see them in stores. All I saw on store shelves back in Washington was G1 characters. Any
Yeah,
other version, all gone.
my opinion, it's nostalgic. Nostalgia fucking ruins everything in my opinion. It's good to have it, but then when it comes to like new media, like Power Rangers 2017 as a whole, it was good. It was dark toned, and it was really, really good. People, I mean, it's not really, really good, but it was like
It's
really
a
good
fun
enough
movie.
to like. It was a fun movie. I like the way that they give every character actual depth, like a bit more character depth than the TV show. Because the TV show only give us like, oh, they're good at karate. Oh, Billy's a nerd and autistic. Trini, well, she's a science nerd. And then I think she's a science nerd. I forgot. I forgot. It's been a while. Okay, I can't lie to you. Minor Morphin Power Rangers is a mid show. I'm sorry. Compared to every other seasons, it's a mid. Season 3 is the only good one. Season 1 was literally lackluster. Season 2 was pretty decent, but season 3 was good. I can't lie. Season 3 was actually good. But other than that, it's just like the characters were pretty basically one sided half the time. It literally took them into Turbo and Zero that we got to learn more about the characters. It literally took into season 3 and 2 to learn about more about these characters. Because the main focus were like Tommy. Tommy was such a popular character. But yet we still I'm so sorry. We still barely know anything about their parents. Tommy is such a good character, but the thing is like
Is he the Green Ranger, the one that passed
yeah,
away?
yeah, Jason David Frank. Yeah.
Did I tell you I almost met him? Well, I met him, but never. I didn't really have like a full conversation with him.
You lucky motherfucker.
I, it, it was literally like I bumped into him. I said, "Oh, sorry, my bad, man." And he turns around and goes, "Oh, no problem." I was like, "You're the Green Power Ranger," and he goes, "Yeah, have a good one."
Oh man, I still that can't lie. That kind of made me cry when I heard the news. When I saw it on Instagram, that actually made me cry because how much I grew up with him as my favorite ranger.
I
He was
rem-
always like I loved him as the White Ranger more than the Green Ranger.
I remember on the first or the server I met you on, where we were talking about that.
Oh yeah, I cried. I cried because like literally he was one of my favorite actors in Power Rangers. I love him in Dino Thunder. He was so good as the Black Ranger. He was perfect in my opinion. The way that they like treated his character after it, like basically it was a perfect legacy season. And I understand, like I completely agree with people that says it's a pretty good legacy season because they gave us Tommy, the original Evil Ranger, the second
The bad
leader
boy.
because the bad boy. He was the second leader, and MMPR because the actor for Jason had a payment dispute with Saban. So
Oh, is that the old Red Ranger, the one that's now in jail?
yeah, the one that got with the whole COVID shit that happened. He was in. I think he's not in jail no more. Yeah, he's. I think he's still out. I think he's free. But yeah, him. He basically had a payment dispute. That's why the original Yellow Ranger and the original Black Ranger, all three of them, literally left because they weren't getting paid enough money for because they were getting more popular. So they were like, okay, fuck y'all. So
Yeah, I
basically,
remember.
yeah, they fired them. They hired three new actors, and then literally spent the entire like a couple episodes of using the same footage with with them in it, and then literally just call it a day. And then after they get the three new actors, they made a lame ass excuse saying that they're like off world or something. I think it was like somewhere else, a school thingy. I forgot. And then literally that's it. They go off. We get three new Rangers, and then we literally barely know anything about them for a bit until like third season.
Yeah. So, question for you, Space.
Yes,
If you could revive one Power Ranger project, what would it be? Just one.
I would say I have to go with Super Mega Force because the Sentai they use, I think it's Gokaiger, is such a good Sentai, but the way that they fucking used it for Super Mega Force was so terrible. Super Mega Force is literally the worst fucking season ever. Wow, Gokaiger is literally the greatest season in Sentai ever.
Fair. If I could revive one season of a, give me a show that you think I've seen because it isn't Power
Transformers.
Rangers. What was it?
Transformers.
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 I would,
We'll go with Transformers.
I would get another season of Transformers animated. I won't,
That's good.
but the downside to that is Derek J. Wyatt isn't around anymore,
Yeah.
and so I'd only want that if it stuck to what he originally had envisioned. But if I couldn't get that, I'd get another season of Transformers Armada of the our original Armada plot before it went into Energon and Cybertron or Cyber Force, whatever it was. But follow up question for you, Space.
Yes,
You
yes,
ever
yes.
read the Sonic the Hedgehog comics? Any of them?
Any of them? No.
Okay.
All right.
This is a mini rant. I'll keep it
Uh,
brief. But quick history lesson for you and the listeners. So Sonic the Hedgehog originally was on the Archie Sonic or Archie Sonic comic. We'll just say Archie, and then as of recently, it went to IDW. So Sonic Archie was the longest running comic book series, but thanks to this one dude, Ian Flynn, he ruined it, took a whole bunch of characters out, they had to reboot the universe, and it went on from, I think, 1993 to about 2018, I think it was.
oh
So
damn.
that it is the long or was the longest running comic for a video game character, and then they had this thing called the Genesis Wave, which reset the universe, and that's where IDW kind of took over shortly after that and reset the universe one more time. Uh, by the way, I prefer the Archie stuff. I think what Ian Flynn's doing right now with the IDW is fun. It's amazing, but I miss a lot of the actual relationships and whatnot. I think Archie was better towards the end. Like I like Archie more than IDW. I'll get that out of the way. But here's the thing. The
Yeah.
It's a sequel. IDW is technically and canonically a sequel thanks to the Genesis Wave, which reset the entire universe because Dr. Eggman nuked it. Sonic had to reset it and murder his girlfriend, who then got erased from the timeline. And when they met him again, canonically in the gaming universe, where everything was simpler, they then decided it'd be best if they left him alone.
Damn.
So let that sink in. Imagine this. You have to see your girlfriend die. You then have your universe reset. You have to watch her die again, fight her because now she's a slave. And then you have to reset the universe again. You don't remember her. She remembers you and decides, nah, fuck this. We're all gonna peace out and make sure we're never heard from again. And then your universe gets reset again, officially killing them off.
That's fucking crazy. Should I buy a Power Ranger helmet for $27?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, read the comics. They're really good. The art's amazing. But if you can, please go find the Archie Sonic comics, and if you find the volume look art archives, send them to me, please, or let me know where I can buy them because I want to own all of them. I want to finish that run, but
Isn't the comic also the first time the canon Sonic liking chili dogs?
Yes.
Okay, so I know a bit of it. I know about it. I know that they caught Sonic in love with chili dogs.
Maybe we'll do a special where we do a whole like lorder episode where we choose a topic and we like break down the lore of
I really-
something like Five Nights at Freddy's or Sonic or shit like that. I don't know.
Oh my god, I'll do a fucking Power Ranger lore run.
Fuck, that'd have to be like a two-parter.
That have to be a four-parter. It have to be a four-parter.
I'll give you time to
Yeah.
prep it with images and everything.
Oh god, a fucking Google Doc. Google, a Google.
Yes! No,
I
Google
will.
presentation. Google Slides.
I
But
don't want to talk about Mega Force. I would have to skip over
no,
Mega Force.
you'd have to talk about if we commit to this idea space, I have to either talk about the bullshit of FNAF, or I would go more into a random bit of lore for a video game or show. And there's aspects of those I don't want to talk about because it's weird.
I could go Mortal Kombat lore. Mortal Kombat lore. Mortal Kombat lore. The autism thrive for me. Okay.
We'll have to
Speaking of
workshop this whole idea.
speaking of sequels. Speaking of sequels.
Yeah.
What is the worst sequel you ever seen?
I was about to ask you that. The worst sequel, are we talking movie, show, or game wise?
Anything. Anything.
Game wise, ooh, for video games, I would have to, as a whole, say Halo 5. Mainly as a diehard Halo fan, it sucked. If I'm going show wise, I honestly would have to say Volume 4 and 5 of Ruby. If I'm going movie wise, all of Disney Star Wars.
All Disney stories. All right, for me, would have to go with the one thing I really love, which is Power Rangers. If I want to have to go with Power Rangers, I'm gonna have to go with Mega Force.
I saw
Mega
that
Force.
coming.
Mega Force is the worst. Ninja Steel was pretty bad. Let me get this helmet real quick. $27 for the Power Ranger helmet. It's the White Ranger helmet too,
Ooh, nice.
so fuck it.
So while you finish that, um, I'll do a plug then for this. Because I have some notes for topics if we get like stalled or anything.
Yeah.
But if you're watching the podcast, check out the YouTube channel or Spotify of the same name, Classic Adventure Studio. Every couple of months we have a episode of my show, Video Game Showdown Throwdown, come out. On November 11th or November 1st, 2024 is the premiere of the second episode. It's Postal Dude versus Duke Nukem, and then episode 3 will be releasing sometime in late December, early January. I'm not going to say who's fighting in that because I already forgot. That and
You
this
forget.
podcast will be every Friday. I think that's what we decided, Space.
Yeah, every Friday. Every Friday.
We
Should we
only
post it sooner?
this one I think we'll do next Friday or this following or like coming. We'll do it next week, so that way it's a week off, and then this coming week we can record a second one that would row us ahead again. I think that way we don't. I keep hearing people
Yeah.
like throwing their trash. My apartment has a trash chute since I'm up high. I'm right next to the trash chute, so every time people throw shit down it, it sounds like someone's like trying to break in my apartment.
That's fucking scary.
Yeah, especially because people have tried to break in my apartment while I'm here.
Live in San Francisco, man. I
Well,
would not be surprised.
okay, I was in a meeting for DreamWorks,
Yeah.
and they're talking, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop listening for a second. I hear someone banging on my door. I look out the window. There's this butt-ass naked dude who looks like Jabba the Hutt's cousin right outside, and he's just banging on it. It just goes, and then I walk away, making food, so I'm being a little loud. And then I go check on him again. He's sitting, like, looking at my door, like, menacingly. Come back a couple minutes later, he's gone. And I was like, fuck.
That's something.
Yeah. But what other sequels do you not like?
Hmm. Realistically, I'm gonna have to give it. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Watchdog Legions.
Watch Dogs had a sequel?
Yeah, they had two sequels. I had Watch Dogs 2 and I had Watchdog Legions. Watchdog 2 is actually pretty better than Watch Dogs 1, but Watchdog Legion, on the other hand, oh boy, that is terrible. It is by far fucking terrible. It's one of the worst games I've played.
Think then I'd imagine if I played that and it was on that tier list I was doing. It'd have to be like a whole new tier.
A whole new tier. My fucking phone froze. I fucking hate my phone. I hate when it freezes for like freezes out of nowhere.
When it frozens.
I hate when my phone starts glitching. I fucking hate iPhones. I'm sorry, iPhone users. Y'all fuck. I don't know how y'all deal with this every day.
Samsung for life. All I've had is Androids, and it's so nice. Apart from when you get a virus on it, you can't really figure out what's going on, but it's so rare. Just don't go on porn sites.
Just don't go on gay porn sites. You'll be fine.
I mean, hey. But like,
What?
there's so many good benefits to Android too. Like, you can get developer
Remember.
settings. So, I mean, Space, when you can, I really recommend getting like a Galaxy, whatever. Like, I think I have a 23 right
I
now,
still have that.
or no, I have a 22 plus, and I can do almost everything I can on my computer on it. But Space's poor phone is dying on him.
I used to rock with Android, and then I got an iPhone. I thought it's dying on it. It's glitching. It's glitching the fuck out of it. Like I had the iPhone 10 for a good while. It was working perfectly fine, and then when the new iPhones came, that's when I started fucking.
I mean, yeah, that every after a year, the last iPhone stop or just starts taking a shit, like it's having a seizure 24/7. But here is a
There's a
question.
guy.
Oh, go ahead, Space.
All right. Oh,
Homie,
you asked me a question.
I think you need to reset your phone. It sounds like you're stroking out. I just see your box turning green with nothing coming through. I'm like, oh no, it's either his phone's dying or I'm dying. Oh, oh no,
Okay,
see,
hello.
welcome back.
We're gonna have to cut this part out. We're gonna have to cut this part out.
Oh, I paused it the moment you dropped out. I was like, and pause.
All right. We're back. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Okay, what we're gonna talk about again?
Um, how many sequels or seasons of a show or movie is too many?
Too many seasons. I would think 10 seasons, in my opinion. Ten
10.
seasons. If it's like a show that is like long running and that it's constantly good, I give it like maybe 10 seasons. Like if it's a comedy show, then
Okay.
I'll give it like maybe 5 seasons. If it's like an action show, end that bitch by the fourth season or the fifth season. Because at that point, what the fuck are you doing with the other seasons?
Welcome to Naruto. It's all filler.
That's the thing about the boys that it's leading into in Supernatural. Is like people complain about Supernatural saying that it's super long, like the other seasons didn't went through. And that's going on with the boys. Season 4 was pretty good, but then it was kind of lackluster in the beginning because there was literally no plot to it. It was just a bunch of filler.
It just felt like dicking around, and I didn't know what to feel.
Neither do I.
Like, I'm excited for the new season coming out in next year, is it?
Yeah, it's gonna
But
be.
I just don't have it in me anymore to what's the word? Sit down and sink the time into it. And oh my god, JJK reissues just happened, and I may or may not be pre-ordering some of them. I have money.
So I just do my. Let me show you the Power Ranger one I got. I got a legacy one, and I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you it's a good fucking deal. You know how much those cost? $100 usually, like used. And this guy gave it. He was selling it for 16, but it's paid for shipping, so it was 27 afterwards because of taxes and shit.
Damn, that's a good deal.
That is a good deal.
For
I
me,
will.
I really want to, or I'm trying to cut down on my collecting, but every time I say I'm gonna start cutting down, all the toy companies and all like the places I get my figures from or whatnot, or something happens where I'm like, God damn it, that's exactly what I wanted to add to my collection, like forever ago. Fuck.
That is fucking real as shit. When I saw the when I see people with Gambit or Cyclops figures, I'm like, fuck, I wanted that.
I'm so happy I bought the VHS Cyclops because that's my Cyclops to me. And I have a rule. It's only from I stick to it. If I feel like I'm gonna be sad that I missed out on something, I will order it and or pre-order it. And my mom's like, "Yeah, that's fine," because she sees my finances. I haven't changed my or separated my bank from hers yet.
Yeah.
And so she sees it and I'm like, in the end though, it doesn't do anything but make me happy because I don't have time typically to watch the shows or movies again. So by looking at the figures, it gives me that sense of euphoria that I would have gotten just from watching the show. Because I have a
I'm
good
like,
memory, despite me being a dumbass. We'll be mid conversation, you'll be like, "Hey, what was that thing we were talking about like 5 seconds ago?" I'll be like, "I don't know. We had a conversation 5 seconds ago." But then you
for
could
me.
ask me what happened in Red vs. Blue season 2, episode 1, and I'll be like, "Oh, da 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 da."
For me. I'm Mexican, so my mother was just looking at my purchases as stupid enough. But once she sees me happy with it, then she's like, she forgets about it.
Yeah, like my mom's coming down the day after Thanksgiving. So it's like 2 days after my birthday.
Yeah,
She wanted to come down, or she wanted me to be up there for my birthday, and I was like, no, I really don't want to be at that house because I just don't. I think I told you kind of what happened there,
yeah,
and she gets it. So she's coming down after, and she wants to celebrate my birthday with me. I was like, Mom, there's not a lot, and she was here when I moved in. Like she helped me, but the place has changed a little bit. And
yeah,
I was like talking to one of my, or I was talking to this girl actually, and I was like, I won't lie, my place does feel like an ADHD kid, like a kid's dream. Like if a kid never grew up and had adult money, that's what my
real.
place is. And she goes, oh, and I was like, but at the same time, I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm really happy with it. I don't have time to watch these shows anymore that make me happy, and I don't want to explain to you why, but if you have an issue with that, then I think you got change your priorities because women spend how much on makeup and all this beauty
Usually 1,000
stuff.
in a year.
Yeah,
a
no,
thousand. Like that.
they spend like 1,000 every 2 months on beauty products, and I've cut down my figure spending a lot. Like I think were we in the server together when I got like a figure a week,
Yeah, I think so.
and I get like a figure every 4 or 5 months. Except this month, I will get a figure or I think I have like 4 or 5 figures coming to me this month,
Yeah,
maybe six. But that's all because pre-orders just piled up and got shifted around. Because it was supposed to be two in October, two November, and two in December, but they all shit happened. So oh well.
yeah.
But
For me, it was um, it was I bought hold on, let me see.
all good.
I usually don't buy um stuff unless like I have a good enough money for it.
Yeah, I feel that. I try and do that. I mean, I still do. It's just like, well, most of my collection came before I moved, and everything now is coming out of my savings.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But
That's basically
yeah,
what I.
here's something though. What is your
Oh,
favorite thing you have in your collection?
my Star Lord SH figurettes.
Fair. Volume 2,
Yeah, that's
Space.
such. Yeah,
I forgot to tell you, I did see the official prop or gun he used in Volume 1
motherfucker.
at Comic Con. I didn't take a picture because I didn't have my phone, but yeah, it it was something.
Fuck, fuck him.
Now, here's a good question though I have for you, Space.
All right,
What would you say is the best entry in a franchise outside of Power Rangers?
best entry in a franchise. I got a couple. I would have to say, start Guardians of the Galaxy Volume One. Such
Guardians. Okay.
Volume One, such a good starter, and that leads into like Volume Two so perfectly.
That's true. That's true. I always
I would also have,
love episodes or films that lead into one another so smoothly.
it does. Like Volume One literally ends it off with them hinting at Ego, not Ego, but Peter Quill's dad, which we all thought was gonna be like him being like royal and stuff. But then luckily it changed to Ego, which made him more useful than anything ever. Which also, James Gunn is the first person to canonically made the Celestials beings canon to the MCU.
Yeah, actually.
Infinity Stones that he wrote, I think, in 20 minutes.
Here's something. What do you think of the current lineup for future MCU projects, like that are coming out next year?
Coming out next year.
Yeah.
I don't have faith. I have a little bit of faith, but I have a little bit of faith. Not a shit ton. I'm not excited for Ironheart. I never really liked her character. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ironheart was kind of like a mid run for me. Like I was expecting more, but it was a pretty mid. I don't watch presentations because they're fucking boring.
Okay. Space. Bad news. We might have
Yeah.
lost a few minutes of the recording, but
Really? What's recorded?
only
What's wrong?
talk about this section in particular.
This section
Yeah, because I forgot
being recorded.
5. I just started recording again, but when I hit 5, I forgot 5 on my numpad is my button to end recordings, and so we lost all
What did
that.
we talk about?
I fucked
What
up.
did we talk about? What
We
did we
talked
talk
about
about?
Wonder Man and Eyes of Wakanda and Nutsack skin ripped off.
That's the only parts that was removed.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I thought everything else. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
want
no,
to
no.
talk about. Okay, okay,
I
okay.
I mean, I'll double check to make sure that's not all we lost, but I'm pretty sure that's all we lost.
All right, let's go back to Wonder Man now. Let's go back to Wonder Man.
Alright, no, that's from last night that I'm thinking about scrapping.
Volume one, such a.
Here's something. What do you think of the current lineup? Yeah, okay. So literally right after I asked you what the current lineup about the current lineup for MCU next year is when it cut out. So I but like I said in now deleted footage, I think Wonder Man just looks mid. It does I don't know. I'm not excited.
I don't know. It looks alright in my opinion.
Marvel's
I'll give it a chance. I'll
I'm
give it a
not
chance.
excited for Marvel Zombies.
Marvel Zombies. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about. I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how I feel about superheroes anymore. It's for me. It's kind of just gone into a point where it's like I'm not excited about it anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's cool and all, but then I kind of forget. I'm like, oh, fuck. And that's the issue because the superhero line's just been milked so fucking hard at this point now.
Someone said it best. I can't remember the channel or the video name, but superhero movies like Iron Man, all the way through like Iron Man 1 to Avengers 1, all were normal movies, but with a superhero skin on them. Like they weren't superhero movies.
Yeah,
Now these feel like superhero movies that we used to joke how superheroes used to be. Because if you go back and watch the older superhero movies, like I'll use Blade for example, that was not a joke, super bad movie or anything. It was
yeah,
they're all good enough movies. They're fine, but what we thought like today, when you say, oh, it's like an old superhero film or one of the '90s ones, you're thinking it's a jokey, over the top thing. No, that's what
it
today
is good though.
is.
It was pretty good. Yeah, it's a
And
good
to
movie.
like
Trinity is one of the worst. We can't lie. Blade Trinity is the worst.
hands down, yeah. But like
Blade
She-Hulk,
2 is good.
people have compared She-Hulk to those older movies, and it's like, no, motherfuckers. She-Hulk is what we think those movies were like, but they were actually better than this shit. Because I mean, the only thing I'm excited for next year is honestly Captain America 4. I'm excited for it. Only
I'm
reason
excited. Same
I
way,
want to
same.
see Red Hulk, and I have a feeling we're going to see a classic Green Hulk come out during this film.
Probably.
And I think, sadly, we're going to see Steve's shield get destroyed again, but for good.
Please God, please destroy that shield. That shield been around forever.
Well, this is actually a new shield already, because if you look at the star design and all the other little design details, but Sam needs his actual shield, and he needs the suit he has for the movie is god awful, and I hate it. It's not Sam's suit. It's not a stealth suit, so you can't say that. It's just a parody of Steve's suit. If they were going to do it, they should have given him this suit in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then his classic suit during this film. It's bullshit, and I hate it. But Sam has a different shield design that he needs to actually distinguish himself from Cap, and right now they're just making him Steve but
Yeah.
black.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Eric. Besides that one point, I agree with you. Sam was such a unique character. He's completely different from Steve Rogers, but the way that they made his suit, like all like basically reverse color of Captain America's colors, I think it's very fucking stupid. I liked his original suit better. I liked the red, a little bit of dark red, black on his suit. It made him look like a falcon. It made him look distinct. It made him so much different. But then when we get to this costume, it's so colorful, it's so like bright. It's like
Well,
what the fuck?
it just looks like a hybrid of Steve's suit from Winter Soldier and his normal classic suit. But the one we had in Falcon and Winter Soldier, that was Sam's actual suit from the comics, apart from the shield.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
to me, that's a very bold suit, and it works. The shield is the only thing I would have changed. Maybe the wings, but now they're just giving him a Steve suit. So why are you ripping away Sam's personality from the suit and just giving him Steve's?
Because this is like the whole point of Sam that he does not want to be Captain America, like
Well, he
Steve
already.
Rogers. He
But this
wants to
goes
be his own.
against that with him having a suit like Steve's.
Exactly.
And he already overcame this in
Yeah,
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
exactly.
So I don't get why they're doing it. And I know it's for marketing, but you could have at least kept his old suit for most of the movie
I
and then
don't know.
given him one of his alt suits they had in the comics instead of giving him this.
No, they're over.
But
Give me.
there's so many weird things. Ow, I have a fucking zit on the brim of my nose. God damn it.
But no, I agree. I agree. Sam suit is just weird in this one.
And then we also have. I'm excited for the DC movies for next year.
I'm excited. DC. I feel like DC has me more excited than Marvel.
Because next year we're getting Superman Legacy. And. Or is it just Superman now?
I think it's Superman now.
And I think we're getting Howling Commandos, or we're getting a show next year too.
We're in the show. We're getting Peacemaker season 2.
Oh yeah.
Gen V. Speaking of superheroes, Gen V just finished up rapping today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sophomore year is done for them. Rest in peace. I forgot his name, but rest in peace.
Yeah, it's the one actor.
I forgot his name. I'm so sorry.
I mean, that's gonna happen. There's so many actors now that I'm happy we're getting a lot more actors. I think that's what the MCU is lacking. Speaking of new actors, the actor for Wiccan
Wicked.
in Agatha
What
All Along.
do you think of that? What do you think of that? A lot of people don't like it.
Ah man, I
He's
get why
alright.
they
I think
aged him
he's alright.
up. I don't like the ideas that they did. I think the execution was ass. I I would have liked to see the kids that were in WandaVision actually return. To me, this
Yeah,
feels a lot more like an ass pull, and having this newer, older actor come in, I
just
think,
for the West Avengers, not the West Avengers,
well,
the
they
Teen
can have
Avengers.
him grow up. They had a golden opportunity to have a character actually grow up through the films, and I get why they didn't, might not want to have done that because then the huge gaps in time, he aged really quick, but now this guy's gonna age really fast still too, and where's his brother? I know it wasn't a show about it, but I mean, come on. You had a golden opportunity to give us a showcase of mutants, and
Lady
every
Death.
time they have dropped it.
OG was Lady Death.
And then I, apparently the nude scene, the actress for Agatha pushed for it,
That's crazy.
and I'm just like, the fuck. I haven't watched it. I've only seen shit that's on Instagram, and I'm always just like kind of caught off guard by the show because I don't get some of the things that they've done, and it just didn't seem to interest me.
People say it's good. People say it's pretty good.
I've
People say
heard
it's.
mixed.
You heard mix. I heard it, some people say it's pretty good, but that the that final season, the final episode, literally lacked.
The
What is up with MCU's and final episodes always fucking lacking? Moon Knight. Moon Knight was so good, and then the last episode it just went downhill.
This is what
Literally,
I'll say about Moon Knight. It was always on a downhill. It was not that good.
it was not like, oh fuck you, kill yourself. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Chris Pratt might be in Spider-Man 4, by the way.
What the fuck? What is he gonna do? He's gonna be Star Lord?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Star Wars, Peter and Peter. Do they make out? Do they recreate the scene? No, no.
So there is I mean, there's always a petition for something, but lots of people are wanting Peter to have a gay romance with Johnny Storm in the MCU.
Peter Parker or Peter
Yeah,
Parker?
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker and Johnny Storm.
So they're best
Um,
friends, like brothers in the comics, but a lot of people, you know how people can be. Oh, two guys share a little bit of humor together or act too close for remotely. They're gay for each other.
they're
No,
gonna
it's
start
canon.
shipping us. Okay? They're gonna start shipping us now.
Well, I
Maybe
haven't said
that.
I'll fuck you yet, Space. I mean, now I have, but.
What? What? This is news to me. You're gonna fucking. You're gonna cause those rumors down once the podcast gets big.
I'll start the rumors.
Man, you seen the fanfics about us? Yeah, I wrote them.
Welcome
did,
to
did, you, did you see the
Tabletop
fan art they wrote
Podcast.
about us? Yeah, yeah, I drew them.
This week, Space is on the table.
This week's faces on the table. Fucking hell.
Oh my god. Oh Christ. Here's something. What's your
Put this
biggest
man on the put this man on the registry.
Space, you're over 18 now. It's fine.
Put this man in the restraining order registry.
Restraining order registry.
Yeah.
Come here, Space.
Not again.
I'll give you a rocket.
Not again.
Not again. And that is where the shipping begins.
That's where the no God no. We're gonna be in straight relationships. They're gonna ship us.
If we ever get a fan base.
We're not gonna get a fan base. We're gonna get canceled by the third episode.
Oh man.
I like how this shifted from sequels to fanfics.
We went from sequels to shipping.
All right, let's go back to sequels now.
So
We-
here's a question for you, Space.
All right,
That so you've never seen Red versus Blue or Ruby before, right?
a Ruby?
Yeah.
No, I've seen the original. I've seen the original, just not a Ruby.
What about Camp Camp?
Mm, what? Tell me about that one. It's been a while. Okay.
Camp Camp was two camp counselors with a whole bunch of kids that their parents kind of just sent them to this camp that is for everything. They get into a whole bunch of random shit. It's made by Rooster Teeth. Has a very like airbrushed cartoon
Is it the
style.
adult cartoon one? That
Yeah.
like adult one where they curse and stuff?
Yeah. Like
I
the
think I've
main
seen it.
character Max is voiced by Michael Jones.
I think I've seen it. Let me search it up. It's been a while. There was, I think I've seen it. I'm pretty sure.
Well, so Camp Camp
Yeah,
went
it's a game.
on for a few seasons. I have season 1, 2, and 3 on Blu-ray. They took all the music offline. And apart from some of the lesser good tracks, and I'm pissed. Because season 2 and 3 had some of the best and most depressing music, and I'm miffed about it. You there? Oh god, I think Space died. Can Space has been killed?
Oh my god, my shit fucking like jumps. Sorry, my sister called me, so it gets me out.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, but if you could greenlight a show that got canceled for a second season,
Season.
what would it be?
Shit.
I know my
Shit.
answer.
What's your answer?
Inside Job.
Inside Job?
It was so good. It ended on a cliffhanger, and I have never wanted a show to come back more and act. It's rare for me to cry when I watch media. Like I can count on my one hand how many times I've cried because of media, especially shows or movies. Inside Job
Yeah.
is on that list.
For me, I don't really have that much. The only show I watched that got canceled was fucking some show called Abby. That was some lady with her bar in the backyard. That's the only show I can really think about.
Okay.
Uh, shit.
Then here we can come back to this question. I got another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if you could greenlight a sequel series to a show? What would it be?
Secret Years. Green
So
light. Okay.
yeah, like you get greenlight a sequel series to a show that completely ended, told its story, but maybe there was still more story they could have told. It'll be a new show and everything, just a sequel.
Okay. I would have to go with a comedy show. I would have to go with Shameless. That's would be my
Ooh.
first. Shameless is such a good show, but it ended it so abruptly, and I would like to know where the other characters went in their life.
Is that the one with like the Frank dude and the Gallagher family?
Yes,
Okay.
which is based off of a British show.
Almost all the good best American comedy shows are based off British shows. This
The
is when
Office,
Jake
yeah.
or Barry would have been perfect.
Barry.
R.I.P. He's not dead. We just don't know
Actually,
what. He just didn't join us this time. But so besides Shameless, what would it be?
yeah. In my opinion, I think a second good show that needs like a sequel as a series would have to go to maybe Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Wait, that ended?
Yeah, that ended.
Oh damn! I thought it was still going.
That ended.
Huh. I think if I had to choose for a sequel series to get greenlit, uh,
What do you pick?
I think for me, because shows either got canceled that I like, or they ended and then were can't like they ended their story while being canceled. So another a sequel series would just, in a sense, be like a new season. So I'm trying to think. Like I asked a question that I didn't really have a plan to answer. Um,
Yeah,
I'd probably go with Spider-Man, either Spectacular
that's a good.
or the '90s animated series. But
One.
I'd also go with Sonic X.
Spectacular Spider-Man, I agree. That needs a revamp. That is such a good fucking show, but they just completely aborted. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
So okay, here's something for you guys while space is gone. If you want to submit something for us to talk about, put it in the comments section on YouTube. I don't know if Spotify podcasts have comments, but yeah, don't forget to share this podcast. We're going to be wrapping this episode up soon. This is the most edited one I will have to do because of my fuck up. But yeah, um, what? Here's the question I got for you while stalling for time. What's your favorite sequel and your least favorite sequel?
My
Welcome back,
favorite
Space.
sequel. Sorry, I had to put my back. Favorite sequel. You already know. Volume 2. Volume 2 is the greatest fucking sequel ever made, in my opinion. I love that series so much. It's perfect. So perfect.
All right, here.
Uh, the worst sequel. Ooh, there's a lot. Uh, I'm gonna rapid fire them. So we're gonna go with basically the last two Star Wars films ever made. We're gonna go with Amazing Spider-Man 2. We're gonna go with Amazing Spider-Man 3. That is a fun movie, but it's terrible.
I like how you're just rapid firing all these.
I'm telling you, there's a lot.
I
Say,
mean,
hey, we're gonna have to go with Thor 2. That's such a terrible movie. It's bad. Never seen it again. Never gonna see it again. We're gonna go with fucking shit. Transformers 2. That is a bad movie. We're gonna go
I'm
with
directly below enemy scrotum.
Super Mega Force. Uh,
So
and Mega Force.
I have a question for you, Space. Do you think there's more
Yeah.
bad sequels than there are good ones
Of what?
of
Marvel
anything,
movie?
like in general? Like, do you think
Sometimes. Sometimes.
now? Here's one. What show did
Uh,
not need or did not need a sequel and or doesn't need a sequel?
the Umbrella Academy on Netflix. Why the fuck did it need 2 seasons when it literally ended perfectly with season 2? 2 more seasons. Why the fuck did it need season 3 and 4? Season 3 actually made me rethink my life, but then again, it was pretty mid. Season 4 was genuinely bad. It made me rethink everything of watching that show.
Damn.
See, watch. I literally thought it was good, and then I woke up, rewatched it, and I'm like, "Holy fuck, this is bad."
Okay, okay.
Holy fuck! This is basically character assassination for everyone in the entire franchise.
Christ. I think for
It's worse. It's worse than anything ever made. It's literally worse than Concord ever built. It's worse than the people that thought Cyberpunk 2077 was mid.
yeah, no, it's ass.
No, it's good. The story's really good. Well, since we're gonna end this off real quick, I'm gonna say Cyberpunk 2077. I've been playing it. It's such a good game, and I cannot beat it because I'm gonna cry after it. I
Fair.
love V. He is such an amazing character. I got so attached to him. I'm gonna pick the Pan Am ending, basic bitch ending, but I'm gonna pick it because I want my character, my main V, to die happily. I'm gonna start a new run, and I'm gonna do the Don't Fear the Reaper.
Have you seen the anime on Netflix yet?
Nope.
Don't watch it if you don't want to cry.
I heard it's really sad, and I'm gonna watch it after I beat the game.
Fair. For me, one show that I'm happy has never gotten a sequel is Gurren Lagann,
Yeah,
but something I wish did
yeah.
not get a sequel that we got. For Thor 4, I wish that's the one sequel I wish we did not get.
Fucking Thor 4 was so terrible. I mean it was fine. It made me cry because I was literally at the end of a relationship when I watched that movie. But then again, it's just like this did not need to be made into a film. It was nice seeing the Guardians again. I love seeing Star Lord. But why the fuck did they change his outfit then to change it again for Volume 3?
Fair. For me, if they kept to the serious tone and the CGI wasn't ass and Gore looked more like his comic appearance and was more menacing, like if they made it more serious, I think I would like the film more because it handled a lot
Yes.
of dark and depressing themes. And as someone that
But then they
related
made
to
it to a comedy. It was a comedy. So like what the fuck? I'm not
they
supposed to laugh at this.
they lost the plot.
Or was it's good. The plot was pretty. The first plot was pretty good. Gore killing, the gods because they fell him because they didn't save his children.
Yeah.
Uh, but then him just and then them just fucking going full on comedy. Why the
Like
fuck is like
that
why
and
are they
Jane
laughing?
laughing about cancer.
Jane is dying from cancer and they're fucking copying Fortnite jokes.
Here's the thing. I understood where Thor was coming from, where he was always trying to make a joke, but as someone that was depressed and always comedy's a good you know,
You know,
but
to keep him busy.
it, it's for a lot of people and from speaking for myself, I wouldn't rapid fire a joke every sentence, let alone in that style. That's me. But like he never made a self-deprecating joke. He always made a joke about what was happening around him,
Yeah.
which I guess makes sense. But it never felt like it came from a place of coping or anything. It always felt like it came from a place of what the fuck? Like that one awkward kid that
And what the
wanted to get people to laugh.
Yeah, it's. Did you hear Waka? What's his name? Watiki.
Yeah.
I can't. Sorry for disrespecting his name. He literally quit directing and superhero films after that.
That's what I heard. Then Chris Hemsworth is like, I definitely played more into this. That was a bad film.
Yeah,
That
and I
is
feel bad
integrity.
for him. I feel bad for the director. It was not his fault.
It kind of was.
It kind of was, okay, but we're gonna be nice, okay? We're gonna be nice.
I mean, he's a comedy director first and foremost. He's not a. I feel like he just had too much fun and they wanted to do too much and didn't have a time or too as much time to
Yeah,
make it.
Thor Ragnarok was good as it is. The way that he did both comedy and seriousness,
But
but he failed in this one. He made it more comedy than serious.
yeah, but I think we should wrap it up. This has been just about over an hour, usual length. Any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Yeah, I got one. I got one. Super Mega Force is the worst fucking season ever made.
How did I know you were gonna shit talk on Power Rangers?
I have a lot of opinions about sequels.
we we'll have to do a sequel to this, maybe future for episode if we make it to I
Season
don't know.
two.
Welcome to season 2, the ultimate sequel. Uh, Closing thought for me, I think sequels can be good. It's just it takes a certain balance, and you can change up the formula a lot, and it's either for the better or it's for the worst. That, or you completely butt fuck your entire audience and not leave them hanging, and the quality drops, and the original creator dies, and you don't even know what's happening, and you lose the plot to the point where it's not even the same show anymore. So you might as well just rebrand it, call it something new, or you get shit like Genlock.
That sounds like SpongeBob.
I was mainly referencing Ruby because the creator died after midway through the third volume,
Oh,
and
SpongeBob. SpongeBob's another similar one where like the show was really good and then went downhill after they made SpongeBob one-sided, like a one-sided character.
well, Steven Hillenberg left after the first movie because he wanted to end it there, and then he left for a little bit. Oh, hiccup! Came back as a producer and then died.
He passed away, and then they ruined literally the things that he told them to not do with SpongeBob. They fucking did.
The thing is, he should have put it in a contract. He
He
shouldn't,
should have put it.
because no, I'm not gonna lie. If you genuinely thought that they were gonna honor his wishes, you're a fucking moron.
That's good. Okay.
Because
Don't
like,
do that to them. But
well,
yeah,
like
that's all.
it's Nickelodeon. They literally forced SpongeBob to stick around this long just
They
because.
literally. I fucking hate Nickelodeon. I can't lie. Dan Schneider. Yes, his shows were good, but he was such a fucking creep. I hate that fucker so much. Fuck Dan Schneider.
He only
Fuck the
made
podcast
two
for not
good
getting us.
shows.
You know what? You know what? Before we end this shit, the people for that likes the fucking Ned Disclassified podcast, go fuck yourself. Fuck those actors. They could suck my dick.
What
They could
happened?
suck a dick. You know those actors from Ned Declassified, that fucking show that no one remembers, but yet their fucking shitty careers are literally so down there they have to hinge onto it.
Kinda.
It's some Nickelodeon show from like the
I mean,
I
I
think
know
mid
the show.
2000s.
I just don't hear. I didn't know they had a podcast or anything.
They had a podcast and it's fucking terrible. Literally, they're always complaining that shows are getting revised, they're getting reboots, and they're complaining saying, "Oh,
Oh.
why do we never get a reboot? Maybe because you're a racist piece of shit. Maybe because you fucking made fun of people that fucking got on set. Maybe because you're fucking losers. They spread fucking."
I'm laughing just because of how you're saying it all. And just like the sheer intensity. I'm like, God damn. I
Before people edit this. Okay, edit all this. I'm gonna say this real quick.
Here, I'll
Before
pause
we end,
it. You're good.
okay, ready?
Yeah.
Fuck those losers. They're so fucking annoying. Every time I listen to an episode, it's always them saying, "Oh, we used to have orgies in the back." Like, I don't give a fuck. You were children. That's no one needs to fucking know that. And it's so fucking stupid. It's so tired podcast is literally just brain dead. It's stupid. They're never gonna have good careers after that. They should just those fucking.
For a brief second, I thought you were talking about this podcast.
Just end the podcast at that point. Did you end it?
I have one thing I gotta say after what you just said. Well, in other news, ladies and gentlemen, I tried to end this on a higher note, less depressing. But yeah, no, they're
Just
very
end.
wholesome, and I think I'll see you all next week. Bye.